Here's the thing, in this cultural absurdity that the left has created for us, where men can be women if they so identify, regardless of biology and genitalia and all of that kind of stuff, I mean, why not? Who's really to say that this guy can't be 49 if that's how he identifies, even if he's 68?
Well, I think according to that mindset, nobody can say that. If you take an obvious biological fact, an immutable truth about somebody, and just decide to blow right through it as if it doesn't exist, then there can't be a limiting principle to anything. Then anything literally goes. If a man can say he's a woman or vice versa just because that's the way he feels that day, and the rest of society says, all right, we'll help you live the dream, then there is no limiting principle. There is nothing that anybody can do to stop anybody else from just ignoring any fact there is and telling whatever story they want to tell.
I know, and I think this is great.
Not the world I want to live in.
No, I think it's great. I think that we should follow this all the way to its logical conclusion. I want people to see how ridiculous, what a cultural absurdity this is if we actually follow this to the conclusion. I want Democrats to answer the question, if transgenderism is a thing, therefore trans ageism would have to be a thing, or else you're having some government bureaucrat tell you that you aren't what you identify, and that's some kind of ism. I'm not sure which one it is today. Why couldn't children then say a 15-year-old, why couldn't a 15-year-old say, I identify as a 25-year-old. I'd like to start drinking alcohol now, and I have no interest in going to school anymore. Who's to tell him he's wrong?
Serve it up, Liz. The bar's open.
Well, there's so many things, and that one's funny, I think. There's also some really serious and creepy things. What about a grown man, maybe even a pedophile, who says, actually, I'm not just transgender, I'm trans-aged too. I'm a 6-year-old girl and I want to go to kindergarten. What's to stop us from saying that that's okay?
Right, there is no limiting principle, and yes, you get into some stuff that's extremely creepy when you decide to let adults play as children again, and that's just not a good place to be. Somebody's got to grow a backbone here, somebody in government. And the whole point of this is government is the fulcrum that they want to turn this thing on. As soon as you can get government to agree with you that the fantasy you're going to live is something everyone else has to accept, and we've seen instances of this here in the United States repeatedly, then you get the coercive power of the state behind your goofy idea, and you can force it on other people at the pain of jail, fines, whatever else it might be.
Your business being shut down, being forced to bake a cake, that kind of thing.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.